الربيع مرة جرة حرية. I'm gonna show you how to roll your R's. Whether you're learning Arabic, Spanish, Italian, or any other language that requires you to roll those R's, I'm gonna give you 3 easy, quick, and applicable tips that will help you get to the rolling R stage, that will help you roll your R's. Yalla. Tip number 1, understand placement of the tongue. So when you're speaking English, when you're using R's in English, the tongue is in the back of the mouth. So let's take the word river, for example. River. The tongue is in the back of the mouth. River, okay? Now, if you want to be able to roll those R's, you wanna place the tongue toward the front. So over here, this is called, you wanna make it touch what's called the alveolar ridge. This is the area right behind the top teeth, basically, the upper front teeth, that's a better word. Upper front teeth over here. Okay, so here, and then you want to be able to push air, basically. Now, don't worry about making the sound yet. I'm going to show you techniques on how to make the sound, but I want you to just be aware of tongue placement. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 relates to the soft R. So real quick, the difference between soft R and strong R or hard R. So soft R is like saying marhaba, marhaba. The R there, marhaba. Okay, I'm not saying marhaba, that would be a strong R. If I say ar-rabi', that's a strong R. If I say marra, that's a strong R. Compare it also with Spanish. So like I said, this is an Arabic teaching channel, but these tips will help you if you're learning Spanish as well. So Spanish, you have a word like pero, or pero, and perro. Pero, but, perro, dog. So changes the meaning if you have a strong R versus soft R. So soft R, pero, or marhaba, okay? Or marid, ra, quick ra, versus rrr, tamam? So with the soft R, this is actually something you could do, okay? Especially if you can imitate an American English accent, or if you're American, even better. Even better. Speaking of the word better, I want you guys to take the word better, and notice what's going on there. Better, or butter, or daughter, okay? The T, so there's a T in all those, right? Double T. Better, butter, and then daughter, just one T, but ra, you're making a ra sound. The word, okay, maybe British English, butter, better, daughter. But if you're doing an American accent, I want you guys to put on your best American accent if you're not American. Butter, okay? That ra sound over there, butter. Kind of like a D, but it kind of sounds like an R a little bit, like a little swift or subtle R. Butter, okay? This is the ra sound that we wanna include when we're speaking either Arabic or Spanish. So the same ra with marhaba. So think of butter, marhaba. So imagine yourself saying like butter and then the ra sound there, ra. Apply it to marhaba or marid. So marhaba, hello in Arabic. I'm not saying marhaba, no, marhaba. Tongue is in the back, marhaba. Again, taken from butter or better. So that's the main kind of tip that I have for the soft R, really. And I've seen it work with so many people. I've introduced this I've honestly heard it in a Spanish speaking podcast. So I have to let you guys know, like, I didn't invent this. I heard it in a podcast, and then I just started telling some friends, and then students, and then people on the platform, and it's worked for them. Now, keep in mind, it might not work for everybody. You might not see it. You might not be able to hear it and say, you know what, no, this, and you might say, this isn't working for me. That's okay. It's one of those things that over time you will be able to get. And there's different techniques out there. But what I found for me and for the people I've communicated with and advised about this has worked for them. So just kind of remember how you pronounce the word butter or better in American English, and the same ra sound, apply it to the rolling the R. So pero or marhaba or marid. Marid is sick, means sick in Arabic. Marida, sick, feminine. Okay, for sick, for the female adjective, the feminine adjective, feminine form. Marida, so ra. And then marhaba. I'm not saying marida, no. Marida, marhaba. Okay? That's your second tip with regards to the soft R. Now, tip number 3, how to pronounce the hard R. So now that we know the difference between soft R and hard R or strong R, I'm going to give you tips with regards to the strong R. Now, the strong R is obviously more challenging to get a grasp of, right? Because you're saying rrr. It's not just a one rrr, it's more like rrr, okay? Couple of tips. So, one, okay, placement of the tongue, we talked about that. Try to blow air. So, it might not work from the beginning. It might just be like this. With time, keep doing it, and then this is the sound you want to aim to get to. Because this is difficult, what a few people have advised me, and students actually, one of my students actually showed me this technique to tell other students, shout out Anya, and this is something also I've seen, in different tutorials as well. You want to split the word up. So the word, for example, let's take marra, okay, which means once or one time in Arabic, marra. I'm not saying marra, I'm saying marra, okay? Different meanings. So that's very important to know the strong R versus the soft R. Same with Spanish, like pero, perro, and then caro, carro, right? Different meanings. So it is important. But again, if you're not getting it, don't worry. People will most likely understand by context, okay? Don't over stress, it's okay. So anyway, back to the technique. So a word like marra, you probably, once you're able to master that soft R, mar, or the one we did before from marhaba, you basically want to apply that twice. So instead of saying marra, you want to say marra, and then just keep doing that. Just do that as many times as you can. At least 500 times on a very on a day where you have nothing to do. Just marra. I know it's a very tedious exercise, but it should work. Marra. So instead of doing the ra, automatically what your brain is going to start doing is combining those together. You're just going to say marra. You're going to get to that level, inshallah, in the future, okay? So that's one of the main tips. So another tip I came across is it's a little bit easier to pronounce the strong R when there's a consonant before it. So think of what you say when it's super cold outside, or you're outside and it's super cold. What do you say? Brrr, right? So having a B brrr might help when you're doing those, when you're practicing, and then brrr, adding a consonant. Okay, so try that. Those are really it. So remember the tongue placement, and then with a soft R, emulating the American accent or imitating an American accent, getting the b-r, that sound, the r or da, r there. You want to incorporate that into the soft R, and then for the strong R, you want to split it up. So marra, hurriya, freedom, hurriya, marra, once or one time, okay? And that's basically it. Good luck with this. Let me know if any of these have helped you in the comments, and let me know if you have any other tips as well. If you're not getting these, don't worry. Number one thing is to honestly be patient. Be patient with this. It's not something that you can get overnight. You might, if you do, that's awesome. But for most of you, it's going to take you time. So just be patient with it and understand, don't get discouraged. Understand that you will still be understood if the most important thing is being able to communicate at the end of the day, right? Even if you don't sound like a native speaker or sound authentic, that's okay. With time, you're just aware of it now and you're working on it. But as far as communicating, I think that's the most important thing. So don't let, pronunciation or small things discourage you. Keep going, keep practicing, and you will see results, inshallah, God willing, okay? See you in the next video. بشوفكم الفيديو الجاي.